This is Captain Riley of the HMS Fluffy Bunny. Stand aside or be destroyed. The transmission cut through the battle chatter like a thunderclap. Across dozens of alien warships, commanders paused, staring at their screens in disbelief. Fluffy Bunny? Was this some human joke? Admiral Vorak of the Grallax Empire slammed his fist on the control panel, snarling. Replay that. The message echoed again, loud and clear. Captain Riley's voice was calm, cold, and deadly serious. The Grallax bridge crew exploded in laughter. Some fell from their chairs, clutching their sides. A warship named Fluffy Bunny? They would crush it and broadcast the wreckage across the galaxy. Open a channel, Vorak growled, his sharp teeth glinting. Human, you bring a toy ship to a real war? Captain Riley's reply was instant. You're already dead. You just haven't realized it yet. Silence. Vorak blinked, unsure if it was bravado or a desperate bluff. Either way, he would make this human bleed. Send coordinates, Vorak barked. We end this tomorrow. Across the galaxy, millions tuned in to watch the live-streamed battle. The universe laughed at the humans. They laughed at their ridiculous ship. But no one knew what the Fluffy Bunny really was, and by the time they found out, it would be far too late. The next day, the stars burned cold over the Grallax battle zone. Hundreds of alien warships hovered like hungry wolves, their weapons fully charged. They waited for the humans. They waited for the joke. Admiral Vorak sat on his command throne, grinning. Where is this mighty Fluffy Bunny? Did they get lost on the way to the playground? His officers chuckled. Their scanners picked up a single human ship dropping out of warp. Small, lightly armored. Painted on the side, in bright pink letters, were two words, Fluffy Bunny. A cartoon rabbit in a spacesuit was stamped below the name, winking. The alien fleet roared with laughter. Captain Riley, Vorak called out on the open channel. You should have brought a real ship. Riley's face appeared on their screens. Calm, ice cold. You should have brought a real fleet. Without waiting, Riley fired the first shot, a concentrated pulse of white energy that vaporized one of Vorak's cruisers in a heartbeat. Silence swallowed the battlefield. Vorak's grin vanished. That was a lucky shot. All ships, destroy them now. Thousands of cannons lit up, but the Fluffy Bunny spun between beams, moving like no warship should. Panic flickered across Vorak's face. This wasn't a joke. This was a trap. The Fluffy Bunny danced through a storm of laser fire, its movements sharp, impossible, like the ship could see the future. Alien gunners screamed as every shot missed by inches. Impossible. Vorak roared. Track their path, surround them. His fleet tightened like a closing fist, but the Fluffy Bunny slid through the gaps. A ghost wrapped in pink paint and bad humor. Then it struck again. One shot. One kill. Another cruiser exploded in a ball of fire. Focus fire, now. Vorak's voice cracked with rage. A dozen battleships locked on and unleashed a blinding wave of plasma. For a second, the Fluffy Bunny vanished inside the blast. The Grallax bridge. Crew cheered. But then the human ship cut through the smoke untouched. It hadn't dodged. It had predicted them. Captain Riley's face appeared on their screens again, calm as ever. You think names win wars? You think this is funny? He leaned forward. Your mistake wasn't laughing at the ship. Your mistake was underestimating the crew. The Fluffy Bunny fired 3 more times precise, surgical shots. 3 enemy warships vanished from the scanners. Vorak's hands trembled. This wasn't just a fast ship. This was something else. Something deadly. And the whole galaxy was watching. Vorak slammed his fist on the console. Surround them. Crush them now. Grallax warships moved in from all sides, their cannons charging, their shields glowing hot. The Fluffy Bunny floated calmly at the center of the kill zone. Too calm. Fire! Vorak roared. 1,000 plasma bolts screamed toward the tiny human ship. The battlefield lit up like a dying star, but the Fluffy Bunny was already gone. It darted between the blasts with razor-thin precision, twisting, diving, flipping in ways no battleship should be able to move. Alien gunners cursed, trying to predict its next jump. They couldn't. The ship's AI, code-named Harpy, whispered in Riley's ear. Trajectory locked, predictive firing ready. "Let's show them what a joke can do," Riley said, his voice steel. The Fluffy Bunny released its first real attack, a spread of micropulse torpedoes that split mid-flight and curved through the battlefield. Like guided knives. Boom. Boom. 3 destroyers exploded within seconds. Panic flooded Grallax channels. Vorak barked, "Activate gravity mines. Force them to slow down." But the Fluffy Bunny's shields shimmered, bending gravity around it. The ship skimmed over the mines like skipping stones. On the open channel, Riley's voice cut through the screams. "You're in my playground now." And he fired again. The Grallax fleet was breaking apart. Their perfect formation crumbled as the Fluffy Bunny sliced through their ranks like a ghost. "Why can't we hit them?" Vorak bellowed, sweat dripping down his scales. Rayleigh's voice crackled over every enemy channel. "You still think this is funny? Go ahead, laugh. It makes you slower." His taunts echoed in every alien warship. Grallax gunners hesitated, second-guessed their shots. Some were so shaken they fired at empty space. "Shut him out! Block the signal!" Vorak screamed. "Too late," Harpy whispered from Riley's console. "We're in their heads now." The Fluffy Bunny circled back and hit another cruiser from behind one clean, perfect shot. Gone. Across the galaxy, millions watched the live stream, their jaws hanging open. The ship they mocked was becoming a legend before their eyes. Riley's broadcast continued, calm and surgical. "Your ships are strong. Your weapons are brutal. But none of it matters if you panic. None of it matters if you miss." One by one, alien commanders lost their nerve. Some fled without orders. Others barked desperate commands, fighting shadows that weren't there. "Fall back." Vorak finally shouted, "Regroup." But there was no regrouping. The Fluffy Bunny wasn't just destroying ships. It was dismantling their minds. The Fluffy Bunny slipped through the shattered remains of the alien fleet like a predator hunting prey. Riley stared at his console, eyes sharp, every muscle tense. "Harpy, bring up the secondary weapons," he ordered. A hidden compartment slid open on the ship's hull, revealing rows of sleek, black pods, graviton disruptors, Harpy explained. "Experimental tech, they fold space-time. One hit can erase entire squadrons." Vorak's voice blasted through the comms, desperate and furious. "You threaten us with toys and tricks? We will crush you, human." Riley smiled faintly. "Let's put your arrogance to the test." With a low hum, the Fluffy Bunny fired a pulse from the disruptors. Space itself warped, twisting violently. Several alien cruisers were swallowed whole, vanishing without a trace. Panic turned to terror. The Grallax commanders scrambled, firing wildly, trying to break the deadly field. But the Fluffy Bunny was relentless. It moved with terrifying grace, striking again and again, folding space around its targets like a scythe. Vorak's bridge erupted in chaos. "Activate full shields. Prepare to jump." "No," Vorak whispered, eyes wide. "Not yet." Riley's voice cut through the madness, calm and unstoppable. "This is no joke. This is the end of your reign." The Fluffy Bunny glided forward, the hunter in a deadly game, and the galaxy held its breath. The Grallax fleet was in full retreat, their formation shattered, their pride burning in the wreckage behind them. Admiral Vorak's jaw clenched. "Pull back. Regroup behind the asteroid belt." But Captain Riley didn't let them run. The Fluffy Bunny punched forward, weaving through debris and missile fire, hunting them like prey. "Harpy, give me firing lanes," Riley ordered. "Pathways locked. Suggest maximum aggression." Riley's fingers danced over the controls. The Fluffy Bunny unleashed a storm of graviton disruptors, collapsing entire escape routes. Ships were ripped apart, crushed by invisible forces, Target their engines, Riley said coldly. Leave them stranded. Let them watch the rest burn. Harpy's voice hummed with dark amusement. How poetic. One by one, Vorax cruisers exploded or drifted powerless. Grallax captains begged for orders, but Vorak was frozen, watching his armada dissolve in real time. This wasn't supposed to happen, he whispered. It's just one ship. Across the galaxy, the love-streamed battle went viral. Millions cheered. Memes of the fluffy bunny flooded the networks. The joke had flipped. Now the humans were laughing. On the open channel, Riley's voice returned, sharp and final. When you fight a ghost, you lose before you begin. The fluffy bunny charged again, and Vorak finally understood. This wasn't a battle. It was a message. Signal them, Vorak roared. We surrender. I want terms now. His bridge officers scrambled to open a channel. Their fleet was shattered, engines crippled, crews in full panic. The fluffy bunny drifted toward them like a slow-moving. Executioner. Captain Riley's face appeared on their main screen. Calm, steady, unshaken. Vorak bared his teeth. Human, you've proven your point. Let us leave and we will not return. Riley's eyes were ice. You called us a joke. His voice dropped to a deadly whisper. Let's finish the punchline. No, we surrender, we surrender. But Riley didn't flinch. The fluffy bunny fired. A precision shot tore through the nearest battleship, ripping it apart. No mercy, Harpy confirmed, her tone as cold as her captains. They mocked us. Now they run. Rayleigh's fleet status blinked green, fully operational. No damage. The impossible ship had danced through a war and come out untouched. All ships destroy the stragglers. Leave no witnesses, Riley commanded. The Grallax survivors scattered in blind terror. Some ejected their cores. Some overloaded their own drives to avoid capture. But the fluffy bunny was faster. The galaxy watched in silence as the final warships vanished under human fire. No one was laughing anymore, and no one would ever forget that name. Only one ship remained, the Grallax flagship, Oblivion's Fist. Admiral Vorak's hands trembled on the controls. His fleet was gone. His warriors were gone. His pride was ashes. Captain Riley's voice filled the comms, cold and steady. Run, Vorak. Call for backup. Call your whole empire. I'll be waiting. Vorak roared in desperation. You are nothing but one ship. His flagship launched every missile, every plasma bolt, every desperate weapon it had left. The fluffy bunny slid through the storm like a ghost. Harpy's voice chimed in Riley's ear. The final shot, Captain? Let's end it. The fluffy bunny charged head-on, spiraling toward the flagship's bridge. It fired a graviton disruptor directly into the heart of Oblivion's Fist. Space twisted. The flagship folded in on itself, crumpling like paper, dragged into the silent crush of the weapon's gravity field. Vorak's final transmission crackled through the static. His voice was no longer mocking. It was soft, defeated. Forgive us, we didn't understand. Rayleigh closed the channel. The fluffy bunny drifted alone in the wreckage. Victorious. Across the galaxy, the battle's final footage replayed again and again. The name that had once been a joke now sent shivers through every commander's spine, and the humans knew it. They had written their legend in fire. The battle was over. The wreckage of the Grallax fleet drifted in silent clouds, glowing like dying stars. Captain Riley sat quietly on the fluffy bunny's bridge, watching the last enemy signals fade from the radar. All enemy ships destroyed, Harpy confirmed. No survivors. Good, Riley said softly. Across the galaxy, news feeds exploded. Billions replayed the battle's final moments. A ship once mocked, a name once laughed at, was now the most feared warship in the known universe. The fluffy bunny became legend. Alien commanders whispered about it in hushed war rooms. Some refused to fight humans, afraid they might face the ghost ship with the laughing rabbit painted on its side. Some fleets surrendered at the mere mention of its name. One Grallax officer, trembling during an interview, said only this: "If you ever hear that ship is coming, run." The joke had become a warning, and Captain Riley? He simply gave the order: plot a new course. There's always another bully to deal with. The fluffy bunny vanished into hyperspace, its pink logo burning across the stars like a challenge. Not every war is fought with firepower. Sometimes you win with fear. Sometimes you win with the punchline.